I don't need more millions, but I want more time. I desire more simplicity, and I desire more flexibility with how and when I might want to invest.
We're here to talk about the DST. So you kind of got there roundabout way through Marcus and Millichap doing multifamily brokerage, and it sounds like you saw that there was all these gains that people were taking, and they were taking the hit on them. So kind of let's set the stage and explain, like you would someone who's never done never sold a property. Explain how taxes hit you when you sell any deal that you're doing right at the beginning.
Absolutely. And we're going to use a deal story to make it come alive. And this is Gary Lester. He's a client of mine. And so Gary was the guy who was working the W-2 as well, kind of had his side hustle business going, but he wanted to get passive real estate cash flow and build wealth through mobile home parks. And so he went to one of these conferences and seminars about 5-6 years ago. And then he started to buy mobile home parks in the Moscow, Idaho area, not too far from Washington, right? And he bought these mobile home parks, and they rose to values of about $10 million, okay? So he found himself saying, oh my gosh, Brett, I feel like I'm financially free. I mean, I can live off my passive cash flow, and it covers my expenses, but my time and my energy and my stress is like high. And even though I have property management, there's still just a lot to deal with these mobile home parks. And so Gary said, you know what, Brett, I'd like to exit, but I don't want to be trapped by a 1031 exchange. And what basically happens when you exit, depending on what state you're in, but it's about 25 to 50% of your gain is going to be wiped out by capital gains tax and depreciation recapture. So he's looking at his gain, millions of dollars of tax going to be due, or he's going, I have to 1031 and get higher interest rates and buy a property. He goes, I have 5 mobile home parks. Those are my 5 problems. I don't need 10, right? I have $10 million, minus some debt. I don't need more millions, but I want more time. I desire more simplicity, and I desire more flexibility with how and when I might want to invest. And so enter our team. We map out an exit strategy for him, with him, and he's really, really happy. He's sending us referrals. He told his whole story on my YouTube channel. You can check that out, Capital Gains Tax, which is YouTube channel, and you can hear him tell it. And so number one is you want to define the problem. The problem is the tax liability, and we call this having a tax flow mindset, okay? We all have these cash flow mindsets, and I love that. I'm a cash flow guy. I'm a real estate guy. But we've been taught so much about cash flow by everyone and everywhere, and yeah, okay, we got cash flow. Now let's focus on tax flow. Why? Well, taxes are high, and they're getting higher. The debt in America is crazy. It's $31 trillion and rising. So what's the government doing? They're printing a lot of money, and they're raising taxes. And so as an entrepreneur, as a real estate investor, as a businessman or woman that listen to this, you've got to change your mindset from not just cash flow, but to tax flow. And that's really what we're talking about here.